probably, letting go of things, how they would affect me, and managing my energy, because he a very draining role physically and emotionally, and not wanting, I'm glad that I had my classical training to fall back on, because my acting professor in college would say, leave your bags, when you leave the theater, and when you enter the theater, put them at the door, and when you leave, take them with you, And he would say, you can't walk around with these things all the time. They'll ruin your personal life. They'll wreak havoc on your psyche. You have to be able to compartmentalize. You have to be able to always understand that you're an actor and you're playing a role, and that this is not you, and that these things are not happening to you. You have to create those distinctions purposefully and commit to them entirely, and then leave them entirely. And I'm thrilled that I had that for the Shield, because you could easily, we did an episode sort of famously where I burned Danny Pino's face on a stovetop, and it was a very upsetting scene. It was a brutal scene, and I, attacked that scene, and we just went at it, and like I did with all of it, we went at all of it that way. But this is a particularly upsetting scene, and Walton Goggins is he's an incredible actor, and he's one of my dearest friends, and Walt just throws himself at these things, and he gets incredibly affected. We were driving home, and he called me in my car, and he was just so upset, and he's like, "What did we just do? What did we just do?" And I said to him, "We didn't do anything. We just did a scene. He's not hurt. He's fine, and he's going home too. But I mean, it might seem self-important or I don't know what, but you when you're doing these things, when you're in the moment, you get very caught up in them, and it's very easy to lose sight of what's real and what's not. I mean, Vivian Lee famously, had bouts with depression and going to mental facilities because she got so caught up in her roles. And I'm thrilled that I was trained in the way that I was, because it didn't affect me in that way. I was able to literally shake it off and walk away from it, which is really, I know now, a really great thing.